What happens when a project ends? For many, the end of a project feels like crossing a finish line. The team celebrates. The managers breathe a sigh of relief. The final report is submitted, and everyone moves on to the next challenge. This is a common view in the world of project management. We focus so much on the planning, the execution, and the delivery. We pour our energy into managing schedules, budgets, and risks. But what if this viewpoint is incomplete? What if the real learning, the most profound and lasting value, only begins after the project is officially done? Truly exceptional organizations see the end of one project not just as a conclusion, but as the essential starting point for the next. So what does it mean to be world-class in project management? It is more than just delivering projects on time and within budget. It is about creating a system that is predictable, reliable, and constantly getting better. Success is built into its very DNA. In a world-class organization, the role of the project leader is transformed. They are freed from constant firefighting to focus on higher-level strategic work. We will see this philosophy in action through a powerful real-world example: Toyota, the company famous for its production system. Its principles of deep reflection and relentless improvement apply just as much to its complex projects, like the development of a new vehicle. The first critical step in closing a project is to secure formal acceptance of the final deliverables. This process, known as scope verification, involves a meticulous comparison of the final product against the scope baseline defined in the project management plan. It often culminates in a phase known as user acceptance testing, or UAT, where end users confirm the deliverable meets their needs in a real-world setting. The ultimate output is a formal, signed acceptance document. This is a legal necessity that provides a clear, unambiguous endpoint. Once the client has accepted, the focus shifts. For projects involving external suppliers, each procurement contract must be formally closed. This involves a final procurement audit to verify all work is complete, finalizing payments and settling any open claims. Alongside closing financial accounts, the project manager must handle the delicate process of releasing project resources, most importantly, the human resources. A great project leader handles this transition with care, providing one-on-one feedback and actively assisting team members in finding their next role. The final administrative act is the systematic archiving of all project records. This is not about dusty storerooms, it's a strategic process. In an era driven by data, this archive is a rich data set waiting to be analyzed. It can be mined for powerful insights to improve future projects. Progressive PMOs even use this data to train machine learning algorithms to identify subtle risk patterns that a human might miss. This phase may feel like pure administration, but it is where a manager's reputation is sealed. They are not just a project manager, they are a knowledge creator. Once the project is formally closed, the focus must shift from doing to learning. This is where the project audit comes in. A project audit is a formal review. Its primary goal is to learn from the project's journey by examining how well the internal processes worked. To ensure objectivity, an audit is often conducted by an independent party, creating a safe environment where the real story can be told. The findings are a critical input for improving the entire organization's project management methodology, acting as a direct feedback loop. While the audit focuses on the process, the post-implementation review, or PIR, looks at the outcome. It's deliberately conducted months after completion. Its purpose is to determine if the project achieved the business value it was supposed to deliver. Did this investment actually make our business better? This requires a designated benefit owner, often the project sponsor, who remains accountable for tracking these benefits long after the team has disbanded. The audit tells me if we ran the race well. The PIR tells me if we ran the right race. It is the moment of truth. The insights gathered are only valuable if they lead to change. This is where the principle of continuous improvement, or Kaizen, becomes the cultural cornerstone. This philosophy is formally modeled by the Deming cycle, Plan, Do, Check, Act. It provides a scientific method for implementing improvements. Plan an opportunity. Do it on a small scale. Check the results. Act to standardize the change if successful or begin the cycle again. However, many organizations struggle to implement a successful lessons learned process. A common barrier is a blame culture. Another is a simple lack of time, as team members are immediately reassigned to new, urgent projects without a pause to reflect. Even when lessons are captured, they are often stored in a way that is not easily accessible to future teams. Overcoming these barriers requires a conscious effort from leadership to create a culture of psychological safety, where failure is a learning opportunity. To avoid complacency, we must look outside our own four walls. This is where benchmarking comes in. Benchmarking is the formal process of comparing your performance to others, whether it's internal, competitive, or functional, learning from leaders in any industry. The result is the identification of a benchmarking gap, the difference between your performance and the best in class, setting tangible goals for improvement. Organizations evolve through stages of capability, often measured by a maturity model like CMMI. They move from level 1, initial chaos, to level 2, managed projects, and then to level 3, a defined, standardized process for all. At level 4, the organization becomes quantitatively managed, using statistics to predict performance. At level 5, it is optimizing, a true learning organization focused on proactive improvement. In a high-maturity organization, the leader's role evolves from a tactical controller to a value-driven strategic leader focused on influence, strategy, and trust. The Toyota X300 project illustrates a level 5 organization in action. The goal wasn't just to launch a product, but to improve the entire development system. Principles like Jidoka, stopping to fix problems at the source, Genchi Genbutsu, going to see for yourself, and Kaizen, continuous improvement through reflection, were central. Project review was not a final bureaucratic exercise, it was a continuous cultural practice. The greatest value was not just the deliverable, but the knowledge it left behind. Ultimately, the path towards world-class project management is a continuous cycle of doing, reflecting, learning, and improving. It requires discipline in our processes, courage in our self-assessment, and a deep-seated cultural commitment to getting better every single day. The journey to excellence has no final destination. The road itself is the reward. Embrace this cycle, and you will not only build world-class projects, but a world-class organization.